so today we're checking out a plugin from Baby Audio. It's called Super VHS. It's kind of like a lo-fi type plugin that simulates some of that magnetic VHS tape. I was interested in this one because I used to record my mixes down to VHS tapes specifically to get a magnetic tape vibe. It's a perfect thing for what I need right now. I need a tuning drift type of effect for a guitar part that I'm working on. And then I also really need a white noise type, static type sound. And then it has a couple other features as well, like a saturation and a digital reverb type situation. I'm hoping that it does exactly what I need. So I've never used this before, but yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna run some sound through it. All right, so we've got the GUI open. This is a really cool looking plugin to me. I love the way this looks. It almost looks like an analog unit from the future, but also from the past. I love the simplicity of 3 knobs and a couple of sliders. The main one that pops out is the heat knob. I'm assuming that is a saturation type situation. And then we have the wash down here. The wash knob is going to be a reverb, like kind of a 80s digital lo-fi reverb. And then we have the drift knob up here, which I think is going to be that tuning shift. I don't know how to say it exactly. And then there's a static slider down here, which I'm assuming generates some vintage style, 80s style static, which will be good. And then shape, I think, is supposed to be some sort of a 8-bit type effect. I don't know if we're gonna have any use for that. Oh, and then I almost forgot there is a magic button right here in the middle. And I think that does like a widening type situation. But yeah, let's put some sound through it. This one is just an organ from this new track that I'm working on. It's called Spit You Out. Let's see, it is the Universal Audio Waterfall on the Boogaloo Bump preset. So without further ado, let's crank some knobs. Let's start with the heat. Okay, I mean, it's definitely making it louder. That increase in volume gives you some sort of like maybe it tricks you into thinking that it's better or something because it's just louder. But it does sound a little bit more full to me as well. And we can always back off on this output. It would be nice if there was some sort of an auto gain on that type of a knob if it's going to increase the volume that much. However, whenever I'm compressing or something like that, I never level match them and then toggle the bypass to see which one is better or if I'm making it better. No, like when I compress something, I want it to be louder. So that's the intended effect. So I want it to be louder and fatter and bigger and stuff. So I never ever level match. But it sounded like it was about to distort though. So let's see, I'm gonna back off on this heat knob. I'm gonna back out. I'm just gonna kind of back off on this output a little bit, just so that way we don't hurt my ears or hurt your ears. You know I gotta max it out. We gotta see what it does. I actually love that. And this type of saturation actually doesn't sound like a tube saturation or a transformer saturation to me. It sounds more of like a digital clipping type of saturation, but in a good way. Yeah, that's pretty cool right there. Let's see. All right, that's the heat knob. Let's check out this wash knob. Huh. Okay. It's kind of cool, kind of charactery. It's like a charactery reverb. Let's see what this drift does. That was cool. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I wish it exaggerated even more on that drift, but that's very cool. It's a little on the subtle side. I wish that they would have kind of gone as exaggerated as they did with this heat knob, but let's crank up the heat, let's crank up the drift, let's crank up this wash, and hell, let's put on the magic button too. It sounds bad, but in a cool way. That's definitely usable for something. Let's back off on the drift. I wanna see, like, what this magic button is doing. Does it sound like it's widening it? Sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes it could be overdone. Let's back off on the heat just a little bit, bring the drift down to 0, wash down to 0, magic button in. Let's engage it as we're listening. Oh, cool. So that's without it. All right, here's with it. Nice. Nice. I love it. That would be something that I would do definitely is to automate some of these parameters. That's where we're gonna get some movement and some magic and some uniqueness. But now, one last thing is we gotta check out the static. Let me see. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, okay. That's what I've been needing is an exaggerated static. I don't want just like a little tape hiss, like I need oh static, dude. Yes, okay, cool. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, but what if I drift? Is that okay? Okay, yes. So the static is going through the chain, which is nice. So let's just crank everything up except for the shape. I just want to see what happens here. Because I'm after this new record that I'm working on. I want there to be a slightly like broken type sound, almost like at the end of the song, like the studio breaks or something like that. So I want to see how this static sounds with all of these maxed out. And you know what? I don't even need anything. I don't even need any material running through it. I think if I just, I'm going to, whoa, okay, okay. Yeah, something like that. Okay, cool. Let's take this magic off real quick. I want to see this. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. No wash. No wash on the static. I mean, it's kind of cool with the wash on it too, but it's a different thing. I like this just dry out. I might not even want the drift on there, but let's. Yes. yes. Okay, the magic button, at least with the static, it made it sound a little too sci-fi-ish for me, but this is so cool with the drift on, heat all the way up, static almost all the way up, magic off, wash off. This really is the tone that I've been looking for. Very, very cool. Let's put some drums through it. Drums is always the tone test. Yeah, dude, yeah. Oh, you know what? I have Ocean Way on there. Get out of here, Ocean Way. All right, let's see what this does. It's actually cool. That has like kind of like a Dust Brothers vibe, like whatever the Fight Club soundtrack is. That actually has that kind of vibe right there. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Yes. Pretty rad, pretty rad. Now, let's take the wash out. I mean, it's not beautiful, but, and the magic is a little bit on the sci-fi side. The magic really did work, though, pretty good on the organ by itself. Just the magic, maybe a little bit of heat. Let's see what the drift does. This might be weird. Oh, I heard it on the snare right there. I was like, whoa. Let's get a little bit of that wash. Let's get a little bit of heat. And let's see what it does. All right, off. Right here on the head, on the turn. Without it. With it. Without it. All right, I think that's a winner. That's really, really cool vibe right there. One thing I did want to check is the shape slider. I didn't touch the shape slider because I just know I'm not going to use it, but let's just see what happens. Oh, all right, I was wrong. I was wrong. That is cool. That is cool. Okay, that's pretty badass. No. It does sound like it's breaking, but maybe like a low pass filter sweeping with this would sound really cool. Let's just see what this is. Ooh. I actually do not dislike that. I thought I was gonna hate that slider. Oh, I can't believe it. It actually sounds rad. I like this second to last one. I don't know if they're like different kinds or what, but let's see if this mix knob is what I think it is too. Okay. Nah, you gotta go full mix with this plugin, I feel like. I mean, maybe some other program material or something like that you might be able to use. Anyway, I might as well just throw on the magic just to see what happens. Pretty badass. What's the last one? Okay, how about, I feel like, yeah, I like that actually. I love it. It's very cool. Wow. And then to get some automation going on some of these parameters is going to be amazing. I am blown away by the shape. I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to write a letter to Baby Audio to say, why the hell did you put this slider on here? Super duper cool. Yes, the only thing that I am kind of let down on with this is I think the drift knob should have given way more wild results. It should have been more exaggerated because you don't have to go all the way, but it seems like I have to go all the way to get the effect that I'm like kind of looking for. So maybe there's another plugin that I will get a better wobble, flutter, whatever. I don't even know what to call it. A detuning effect or something. Now, should we put anything else through it? Maybe a bass? Let's put in. Well, let's put some heat on it. Ooh, cool. Yeah, see, no, that shape thing does not work on that. Okay, I mean, it's kind of cool. I like this heat knob on the bass. That was pretty cool. Drift doesn't really matter. I mean, it might add a subtle kind of detuning effect where it can like maybe smear out the frequency range or something like that. That might be cool. Let's try a vocal. Let's do this. Baby. Baby, baby. All right, let's see what happens here. This is Drake's vocal from a song of ours called Spanglish. Rough vocal, I think there's a little bit of compression, and that's it. But yeah, here.
Sand Beach, Georgia, moonlight glowing off your skin. Glad I got to know you. Oh, the loving eyes we had back then, swimming in sunlight, drinking all the day, and come back home.
Okay. Let me hear that second verse.
Scrawled upon my mind's skin.
That's with the magic on.
Tweaking my brain's cage. Tattooed behind my eyelids. Faint as ghost train.
All right, all right. It would not work for that song, but I mean, if we're making some throwback vaporwave, Tears for Fears, The Cure type stuff, this is amazing. I'm loving the way the magic button I haven't been liking on any of the other material, but I do like it on this. So I'm gonna toggle that on and off. Then I'm gonna toggle on the whole the bypass the plugin itself, and then we'll just let Drake play us out.
Scrawled upon my mind's skin.
Yeah, I like that dry too. The wash is whatever. Honestly, it's whatever. To be completely honest, I'll probably never use that. But you never say never, you know. It's kind of cool, but I love this dry. This is great.
Scrawled upon my mind's skin, tweaking my brain's cage. Tattooed behind my eyelids.
Okay, I'm gonna take off the drift. Take off the drift, just the heat, just the magic.
Scrawled upon my mind's skin, tweaking my brain's cage.
No magic.
Tattooed behind my eyelids. Faint as ghost trains. The curve of your cheekbones, lose the glossy edge.
Yeah, I could see somebody doing. I mean, when the mix is all the way up, I mean, it's pretty exaggerated, it's pretty wild. But I could see somebody just mixing in just a little bit, like send the vocal to a bus, and then just slap this on there, and just dial in like a little bit of these crazy, like mangle the audio, but then just barely kind of like put it in there as a reinforcement, especially with the drift. Actually, I think putting this drift in there in parallel will actually be really cool because that's, the classic detune just a little bit on like maybe a studio chorus type of thing. Like it detunes the vocal and it fills it out and it makes it sound beautiful. So that more realistic for a lot of other people's purposes if you're not making exaggerated electronica music or throwback type music. But this is dope. I love the way this vocal sounds, even with the magic. It definitely doesn't work for this song, but this is very, very cool.
Scrolled upon my mindscape, tweaking my brain's cage, tattooed behind my eyelids, faint.
Okay, the drift is a little bit much. You can hear the drift a lot more on this on a vocal. Let me just crank this drift one more time.
Scrolled upon my mindscape, tweaking my brain's cage.
It actually detuned on the right, like in time with where he kind of went lower. It was that actually was kind of cool, but still kind of subtle, to be honest. Love this magic on this vocal. This is cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Baby Audio, you crushed it. I mean, this is amazing, and it only makes me want to try more of your guys' plugins. Another one that I've been using is a free one. It's like Magic Dice or something like that. It's pretty cool because like when you hit the dice, it basically is like rolls a dice and then it generates a random setting. It's pretty cool. It's like a random delay setting. I think it's a delay pedal. Pretty cool. Yeah, keep an eye on that. That's a free one as well. But yeah, awesome. Super VHS. Boom. Love it. Using it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. I got a bunch of other plugins that I wanted to review as well. So I'll see you in the next one.
Scrolled upon my mindscape, tweaking my brain's cage, tattooed behind my eyelids, faint as ghost trains. The curve of your cheekbones, lose the glossy edge. Let my memories be fossils on a sunless seabed.